Welcome, dear students, in our second video subject Science and Technology, lesson number second, Life Processes in Living Organism. First, in previous in the previous video, we studied the 2 points: living organism and life processes, some nutrients and energy efficiency. In this video, we will study the remaining 2 points: living organism and energy production, and cell division, a life processes. In the previous video, we studied the process of we studied the process of in the last video we studied the process of glucose oxidation. We study this process of glucose oxidation in 3 steps in shortly. First step, the glucose is oxidized in 3 steps. First step, glycolysis process. Glycolysis process occurs in cytoplasm. 2 molecules of each pyruvic acid, ATP, NADH2 and water are formed. Molecules of pyruvic acid are converted into the molecules of acetyl coenzyme A. Molecules of NADH2 and carbon dioxide are released. Second step, tricarboxylic acid cycle. It is also called as TCA cycle, or it is also called as Krebs cycle. In this process, molecules of acetyl coenzyme A enter in the mitochondria. Acetyl part of acetyl coenzyme A is oxidized and carbon dioxide, H2O, NADH2 and FADH2 are derived. Then the third step, electron transfer chain reaction. In this process, molecule of NADH2 and FADH2 and 3 molecules of ATP are obtained. Molecule of NADH2 and 3 molecule of ATP from FADH2. Glucose molecule oxidized into ATP, carbon dioxide and H2O. Glucose molecule is oxidized into ATP, CO2 and H2O, means lot of energy is obtained from, or lot of ATP molecules are obtained from this process, and carbon dioxide and H2O, these byproducts are formed. Dear students, now we study the next point, energy from different food components and the process and amount of energy we obtain from the components we study in this point. First, food components, it is a carbohydrates. We already study the process and amount of heat is obtained through the carbohydrates. Now, the second food component, protein. Excess of carbohydrates are stored in the livers and muscles in the form of glycogen. What is the source of protein? What are they made up of? Proteins are the macromolecules. Formed by bonding together many amino acids. Protein of animal origin are called as first class protein. We get 4 kilocalorie of energy per gram of protein. Amino acids are obtained after digestion of protein. Those amino acids are absorbed in the body and transported up to the each organ and cell via blood. From amino acid, organs and cells produce various protein necessary for themselves and the whole body and the whole body. Then the third food component, fat. Fats are also called as lipids. Fats are also called as lipid. From where do we obtain the lipids? The substances formed by specific chemical bond between fatty acids and alcohol are called as lipid. Digestion of lipid consumed by us is nothing but their conversion into the fatty acids and alcohol. Fatty acids are absorbed up and distributed everywhere within the body. From those fatty acids, different cells produces various substances necessary to themselves. Example, the molecule called as phospholipid, which are essential for the production of hormones like progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, aldosterone, etc. And the covering around the axon of nerve cell and the covering around the axon of nerve cell means beside fatty acids are used for the producing hormones like progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, aldosterone, etc. and the covering around the axon of nerve cells. We get 9 kilocalorie of energy per gram of lipid. Excess of lipids are stored in adipose connective tissue in body. Now the next food components, it is a vitamin. Vitamin are a group of heterogeneous compound of which each is essential for proper operation of various processes in the body. There are main 6 type of vitamins. Example A, B, C, D, E and K. Out of these, A, D, E and K are fat soluble, whereas B and C are water soluble. We have seen that FADH2 and NADH2 are produced in the process like glycolysis and Krebs cycle. Vitamin like riboflavin, it is also called as vitamin B2, and nicotinamide vitamin, it is also called as vitamin B5, respectively are necessary for their production. The next food components, it is the minerals. Minerals like calcium, phosphorus, ferrous, iron, magnesium, etc. are strengthening of bones, growth and maintenance of body. Then the last food components, it is a water. There is there is about 65 to 70% water in our body. Each cell contains 70% water weight by weight. Blood plasma also contains 90% of water. Functioning of cell and thereby whole body disturbed even if there is a little loss of water from the body. Hence, water is an essential nutrient. Water is an essential nutrient. Dear students, now we study the next point, fourth point, cell division as essential process. Before studying this point, we study before studying this point, we study the structure of chromosome. What is meant by chromosome? The structure are the structure of chromosome is given into the figure. We already studied the structure, what is chromosome, and what are the types of chromosome, and how the structure of chromosome in the previous standard means in ninth standard. Observe the diagram given into the slide. We again recall about the structure of chromosome. The structure in the nucleus of cell that carries the hereditary characters. The structure in the nucleus of cell that carries the hereditary characters is called the chromosome. It is made up mainly of nucleic acid and protein. During cell division, chromosomes can be clearly seen under the compound microscope. Genes which contain the information about hereditary characters is coded form are located on chromosome. Each species has a specific number of chromosomes. Each species has a specific number of chromosomes. In human cell has 23 pairs of chromosomes. 23 pair of chromosomes means total 46 chromosomes. Out of these 23 pair, one it is a sex chromosome. Each chromosome is made up of DNA and it is appears. Each chromosome is made up of DNA and it is appear dumbbell shape. Midway during cell division, there is a constricted region on each chromosome. Constricted region on each chromosome. It is called the primary constriction, or it is also called as centromere. It is also called as centromere. This divided the chromosome into two parts. Each part is called as an arm. The centromere has a specific position in each chromosome. Depending upon these, there are 4 types of chromosome. We already study it in a 9th standard. Now we are going to study the cell division. Can you tell me the answers of some question? First question, what happened to the cell of injured tissue? Answer, blood capillaries rupture and aggregate and area get inflame. Second question, whether new cells are formed during the healing of wound. At the time of healing of wound, new cell whether formed. The answer, as the wound heals, there is scab develops. The cells surrounded the wound start dividing rapidly. The cells surrounding the wound starts dividing rapidly. Then the next question, do the plants get injured when do we pluck the flowers? How are those wounds healed? The tissue answer, the tissue that are lost get restored by cell division. Then the next question, how does the growth of any living organism occur? Does the number of cells in their body increases? If yes, how? Answer, the cell division is necessary for the growth. And the last question, how the new individual of species is formed from the existing one of the same species. It is formed due to the reproduction. Now, the cell division is one of the very important properties of cell and living organism. Cell division is one of the very important property of cell and living organism. Due to this property, only a new organism is formed from the existing one. A multicellular organism group up an emaciated body can be restored. There are total two types of cell division as mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis occur in somatic cell and stem cell of the body, whereas meiosis occur in a germ cell. Meiosis occurs in a germ cell. Before study of the cell division, we should know the structural organization of cell that we have studied earlier. Each cell has a nucleus. Besides, other cell organelles are also present. Let us study the cell division with the help of this information. Before any type of cell division, the cell double up its chromosome. The cell double up its chromosome number present in the nucleus. That is, if chromosome number is 2n, it is double up to the 4n. Now we study the process of mitosis. Somatic cells and stem cells divide by mitosis. Mitosis is completed through two main steps. Those two steps are karyokinesis. It is also called as nuclear division. And the second step, it is a cytokinesis. It is also called as cytoplasmic division. Now we study the first step. Karyokinesis is completed through the fourth step. Into the fourth step, a prophase. In prophase, condensation of basically thin thread-like chromosomes start. It is shown in figure. Due to this, they become short and thick, and they start to appear along with their pair of sister chromatids. Centriole duplicate and their each centriole moves to the opposite pole of the cell. Nuclear membrane and nucleolus start to disappear. It is shown in the figure. Second step, metaphase. Nuclear membrane completely disappear in metaphase. Chromosomes complete their condensation and become clearly visible along with their sister chromatids. All chromosomes are arranged parallel to equatorial plane, means central plane for the cell. Special type of flexible protein fiber, that is spindle fiber, are formed between the centromere of each chromosome and both centriole. It is clearly seen in figure by using the dotted lines. The third step, anaphase. In anaphase, centromere split and thereby sister chromatids of each chromosome separate and they are pulled apart in the opposite direction with the help of spindle fiber. Separated sister chromatids are called as daughter chromosomes. Chromosomes being pulled appears like a bunch of banana. Chromosomes being pulled appear like a bunch of banana. It is clearly seen in figure. In this way, each set of chromosomes reach at the two opposite pole of the cell. The last step, it is a telophase. What happens in telophase? The chromosomes which have reached at opposite pole of the cell now start to decondense, due to which they again become thread-like, thin and invisible. Nuclear membrane is formed around each set of chromosomes reached at pole. The two daughter nuclei are formed in a cell. Nucleolus appears in each daughter nucleus. Spindle fiber completely disappear. In this way, karyokinesis completed and begun. Cytokinesis begun. The cytoplasm divided by cytokinesis. The cytoplasm divided by cytokinesis and two new cells are formed which are called as daughter cell. In this process, a notch is formed at the equatorial plane. Notch is there of the cell which deepens gradually and thereby two new cells are formed. However, in case of plant cell, instead of the notch, a cell plate is formed exactly along the middle of the cell and thus cytokinesis is completed. In this way, we studied the first type of cell division, mitosis. Mitosis is studied. Now we completed here, and this mitosis, what is the necessity of this mitosis? Mitosis is essential for the growth of body. Besides, it is necessary for restoration of emaciated body, wound healing, formation of blood cells, etc. We again revise the process of mitosis. Mitosis divided into the two types: karyokinesis, it is also called as nuclear division. It takes place in four phases. First phase is the prophase, second phase is the metaphase, third it is the anaphase, fourth it is the telophase. What happens in prophase? Prophase condensation of thin thread-like chromosomes starts and become short and thick. Second, centrioles duplicate and each centriole moves to opposite pole. Third point, nuclear membrane and nucleolus start to disappear. The second phase, metaphase, nuclear membrane completely disappear. Second, the chromosome complete condensation and become visible. Third point, chromosomes are arranged parallel to the equatorial plane, means central plane. Spindle fiber are formed between the centromere and chromosomes. It is clearly seen in the figure. Then karyokinesis. Notch is formed at the equatorial region. Notch deepen gradually. Daughter cells are formed. In this way, the mitosis is completed. Now we are going to study the meiosis. Meiosis occurs in two stages. First, meiosis first, A, meiosis first, and B, meiosis second. Meiosis first and meiosis second. Meiosis first. Meiosis first. Meiosis is completed through the two stages. Those two stages are meiosis first and meiosis second. In meiosis first, a recombination or crossing over occur between homologous chromosomes. Recombination or crossing over occur between homologous chromosomes, and thereafter those homologous chromosomes, means not sister chromatids, are divided into two groups, and thus two haploid cells are formed. It is clearly seen in the figures. It is clearly seen in the figures. Then meiosis second. Meiosis second is just like a mitosis. In this stage, the two haploid daughter cells formed in meiosis first undergo division by separation of recombinant sister chromatids, and four haploid daughter cells are formed. Process of gamete production and the spore formation occur by meiosis. With the help of meiosis, process of gamete production and spore formation occur by meiosis. In this type of cell division, four haploid, means N daughter cells, are formed from one diploid 2N, means 2N cell. During this cell division, crossing over occurs between the homologous chromosomes, and thereby genetic recombination occur. Due to this, all the four daughter cells are genetically different from the parent cell and from each other too. In this way, the second stage of meiosis is completed. Second stage of meiosis is completed here. We studied these both two types of cell division, meiosis and mitosis. Now we are going to study their difference between mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis, it occur in a somatic cell. Meiosis occur in a germ cell. In a mitosis, chromosome number in a parent cell and daughter cell remains same. In a meiosis, chromosomes number in a daughter cell become half than parent cell. Third, two daughter cells are formed in a mitosis, and in a meiosis, four daughter cells are formed. Then next point, growth. Mitosis is essential for the growth, healing of wound, formation of new cell in the organism. Meiosis, essential for the formation of gametes, means sperm and eggs in the organism. Students, in this way we study here lesson number second, living organism. We studied, dear students, in this way we completed here the lesson number second, life processes in living organism. First, from the subject science and technology. The exercise. Again, you read carefully this lesson and solve the exercise given on textbook page number 21 and 22. Solve this exercise in your classwork notebook. Solve the exercise in your classwork notebook. Thank you.